Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Fit 3 and see how this particular smartwatch holds up in 2025. Now, the thing I can definitely tell you about the Samsung Galaxy Fit 3 is that this is one of those types of watches that is kind of almost like it's kind of like a fine taste of certain watches. I don't know if this would be the first one I'd recommend people to buy, and I do think there are definitely some better options out there for the most part. Now, when you kind of think about the Galaxy Fit 3, the thing you have to remember is that this is supposed to be almost like a Fitbit replacement, but just a cheaper version kind of a Fitbit. So the thing you have to remember here is that this type of watch is not really a expensive feeling watch by any means. It's not supposed to be a Galaxy Watch replacement. It's just supposed to be a small little Fitbit type of device for your daily usage. So the front side is giving you this 1.6 inch AMOLED display, and it is actually a pretty decent type of display. I think it is really decent, and I do think this in and of itself, it is a really decent type of Fitbit for what you're going to be using it for. It's primarily built out of plastic, and you are getting a good display on it. But keep in mind, it only connects to Samsung phones and Android phones. It cannot work with an iPhone or anything like that. Now you do have the band around it, which is nice. The charger on the back is also a little bit interesting because you kind of have to go through and kind of click it into place. It's not like a magnetic charger. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. It doesn't feel like the most premium thing when you're kind of connecting these two things together either. So that right there is kind of another one of those, somewhat important things to keep in mind there for the most part as well. Now, beyond that, you're still getting, about 256 megabytes of RAM inside, of storage inside, 16 megabytes of RAM, so nothing crazy. And it's a pretty, basic type of level of a, fit watch. You're getting long battery life inside of it, which is 7 to 10 days, maybe even more than that. You're getting your workout modes inside of it. And it's very, very affordable. It's a very affordable, Samsung Galaxy Fit type of thing. It doesn't really cost too much money to buy. And that is one of the biggest advantages when you're going through and buying the Galaxy Fit. Now, there are some disadvantages with buying something like a Samsung Galaxy Fit. Number one, there isn't really a built-in GPS inside of this device. So that right there can be a little bit of a downside depending on who you are. If you are wanting a device that is going to be giving you an overall better experience, well, something like, a Samsung Galaxy Watch might be giving you a better experience than this particular one for the most part. Now, you're also going to be getting, no iPhone compatibility. That's another one of those big things to keep in mind here. If you are connecting it to an Android phone, it does work with basically every Android phone with the Samsung Galaxy, application. But if you have a Samsung phone, more features are going to be suitable for your Samsung Galaxy Fit on a Samsung phone than a Google Pixel for this example. And beyond that, there's not any NFC support, so it doesn't support contactless payments, and there's no speaker or microphone. So it is a very basic type of experience. I think the Galaxy Fit 3 is a very decent option if you just want to get a watch that's going to be giving you long battery life. If the only thing you care about is longer battery life, then I think for the most part, that one might be okay. But I would say for the everyday average person, it just doesn't really make too much sense to go and buy the Galaxy Fit. I think you're much better off buying a Google Pixel watch or a Samsung Galaxy watch in the used market rather than even a brand new Galaxy Fit. So in terms of that, and that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.